Hello there and welcome. In this video we're looking at the new Fluval Sea Marine LED. Now this is the updated version of the Marine and Reef 2.0. This is basically the Marine and Reef 3.0, but it's now called Marine. So it has a lot of the same features as the previous generation. It has high output LEDs, it is completely waterproof, it's designed specifically for growing marine corals, marine algae, and to make your marine fish really pop in your aquarium. However, this light features some differences from the previous generation, which sets it apart from the Marine and Reef 2.0. So I'll just show you some of the specifications on the side of the box. Now this is the largest light in this range. It's the 59 watt and it's 45 to 57 inches in length. There you can see the par and the lux values at different heights. And this light has got 7 different coloured LEDs. And here are all the parts of the spectrum that they hit. You'll notice that they are heavily in the blue area of the spectrum. And that's because most of the corals and life in your tank is going to want more in the range of the blue. It's A-rated energy efficiency, 3-year warranty, and German engineered. Right, so now we've gone through the box, done all the boring bit. Let's actually look at the light itself. Now, it has changed fairly significantly from the old design. If you've seen the old design, you'll immediately know why. Actually, I will show you the old design and you can figure it out for yourself. So this is the Fluval Marine and Reef 2.0, and you'll notice a difference in the design of the light. It's got these big aluminium heat sinks, and the unit is actually quite a bit wider. But also you'll notice that the bracket legs are a bit chunkier, they've got this square design, and it just looks a bit bigger overall. Now back to the Marine 3.0, and you can see immediately that they've slimmed this unit down quite a bit. The big chunky heatsink isn't there anymore, it's a nice flat surface. No longer metal though, it feels like a plastic. Just generally, the unit looks a lot sleeker and a lot nicer than the previous model. One thing I will notice though is this unit is very hot in comparison to the one with the heatsink, and that's because it has to lose all of its heat from a very limited surface area, whereas the other one had the heatsink, and heatsinks do a good job of getting rid of all that extra energy. This one feels very hot, especially in the middle there. I would struggle to keep my hand there for longer than 5 seconds. Now one of the big changes for this unit compared to the last one is it's controllable by Bluetooth. The old Marine and Reef 2.0, you had to buy a separate dongle to go in line from the power supply to your light, and that way you could set a timer, you could do your sunrise and sunset, etc. Well, this one has it all built in, and you don't have to pay any extra to get that functionality anymore. Now I'll just explain to you how it all works. If you're familiar with the AquaSky, you'll know that the old AquaSky had a remote control, and the new one is Bluetooth, but doesn't have any on-off functionality via a button or a remote control anymore. It's completely done by the Bluetooth. Well, thankfully, Fluval haven't done away with the buttons on the new marine lights, because there is still a touch operated button on this unit, but it's got an extra feature. So I'll just turn it off. Red is off. Now when the light is white, this is the light in manual mode, and if you hold the light down, you can still dim and brighten the light. So this means you can tailor it to your corals and the way that you want them. But one thing it doesn't let you do is individually change the spectrum of the light. It is simply a power up and down, basically. The next button on blue turns the light blue. Now this is the new part. When the light is green, it means you're connected to the Bluetooth controller. Now the Bluetooth controller is exactly the same as for the AquaSky. In fact, you can connect AquaSkys and the Reef and the plant lights all on the same app. So if you've got multiple tanks, you can have them all controllable from one smartphone. Now within this app, you can do lots of interesting things. You can set your sunrise, your daylight, your sunset and your night cycles. And within that, you can actually choose the LED power that you want. So if you want less pink, you can make the pink lower, and so on and so forth. I've got it running at full power, but you can actually tailor this to the corals that you have in your tank, and also to the fish. If you want them to pop out in more blue, you take some of the other colours away. So that just lets you tailor it specifically to your aquarium. I really like the fact that Fluval decided to keep the buttons on this unit, because that was one of the major bugbears of mine for the AquaSky, is that you can't actually do anything manually with a button, you have to use an app. But with these lights, they've retained that functionality. So let's look at the LEDs themselves. You can see, very, very bright, and also you can see the 7 different colours of LED present. Now, they have changed the setup of these LEDs. They're no longer in rectangular banks how they used to be on the old model. Here you can see how they used to be. Lots of blue and red in the middle, and then surrounded by the white LEDs in a rectangle. So basically just rectangles of LEDs in that structure going along the whole of the light. In the new light, it looks as if it's a bit more balanced. It looks as if they're trying to spread the white and the blues more equally throughout the entire bar, and therefore give you a more even coverage of the different colours. So in terms of should you buy the new version over the old version, well, it would make sense to buy the new version, because the newest version has the Bluetooth controller free of charge built into the unit itself. The old version, you have to buy a £100 controller unit. So on that basis alone, I would buy the new version. And especially because the new version is priced almost identically to the older version. So in terms of which light's better for growing corals and showing your fish up, I think on the face of it, they're almost identical, other than the fact that the LEDs have changed their configuration and there is a slightly wider range of spectrum on the new one. There doesn't seem to be much of a difference between the old and the new. But that being said, the new one looks sleeker, it's lighter, it's thinner, and also you've got that added Bluetooth functionality. So I would definitely buy the new one over the old one. So thank you for watching. I hope you have found this review interesting. If you want to see more of this kind of content, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and happy fish keeping!